What's up, Attack MMA? I'm your host, Zach Weicker, and I'm joined by a very special guest. He's a professional fighter with a 16-5 record, coming off a big victory at the PFL one-shot tournament, and will be facing Dalton Rosta in the semifinals on June 27th. Please welcome Aaron Jeffery. Aaron, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing good. And start things nice and easy. What are the emotions like after your big victory recently, and how'd you celebrate the win?
Emotions are positive for sure. Yeah, I'm pumped, man. I'm happy to be in the next round. Celebrating, not too much, nothing crazy. Had some beers and some pizza. But I fought very early, so I got to bed at a decent time.
Very nice. And obviously, it was a very close fight between you and Murad Ramazanov. And now, 2 weeks removed, how do you assess your performance?
I think I made it harder on myself than it had to be. Um, it wasn't a great performance, but he's a very tough opponent, like a world-class wrestler, grappler. So I feel like I did what I had to do to get the win. And I think that's kind of the most important thing in the tournament. I mean, like having highlight reel finishes is always sick, but I mean, like getting to the next round is the most important, and that's what I did.
Yeah, and majority of this fight was spent in the clinch. Did you expect for the fight to be spent so much time in the clinch? And what do you think about your performance in the clinch?
I expected there to be a lot of grappling. I just expected him to initiate it a bit more, and I think it was kind of me initiating it. And it wasn't really my game plan, but I do have a habit of like moving forward a lot and kind of punching myself into the clinch. Um, I think I felt him like wilting there a little bit, so I think I kind of just stuck with it, like landing knees to the body and finding some elbows over top and stuff, and it felt like he was kind of slowing down a little bit. And as they say, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So I kind of went with what I felt like was working in the fight.
For sure. And sometimes in the clinch, you did get caught. He did take you down a few times, but you did a great job of standing right back up. So, what do you contribute to your ability to be able to get right back to your feet?
I mean, that was the game plan, man. Obviously, I worked a ton of takedown defense and wanted to stop a lot of takedowns, and I did an okay job of that. But yeah, like I expected to get taken down by this guy again. He's like a world-class wrestler. He's like a Russian national champion. You watch his past fights, he takes down pretty much everyone he fights. So I expected probably at some point in this fight I would get taken down and had to work my way back up and just not accept any positions and continue to work the whole time. And I think I did a very good job of that.
Yeah, and obviously you mentioned how credentialed of a wrestler he is, and when you're in that clinch, you're obviously going for your own takedowns. Obviously, you know how good he is wrestling wise, but were you surprised at all you weren't able to take him down?
No, not really, because if you watch the fight, I like would kind of initiate a takedown, but not really commit on it. I think I did a good job of like making him kind of respect that too, like against the cage, making him work a little bit. Think I was going for takedowns, but yeah, I wasn't like really super committal on my takedown attempts.
Yeah, and watching the fight from the broadcast, it seemed like the crowd was heavily on your side. So, how special is that for you to get the support from the fans?
Yeah, it's sick, man. The funny thing is the broadcast says like Aaron has like tons of fans in the audience or whatever, but it was a super small venue, and I think I had like maybe 8 or 10 people there that were cheering for me. But I think because it was so small, you could just hear them so clearly on the audio. So yeah, it sounded like I had like a giant group of people there for me.
Yeah, and then when you're in the cage, obviously you're zoned enough fighting, but do you hear the crowd at all? Do you hear the people cheering on your name, or are you just so locked in?
Not at all, man. I only hear my coaches. Again, this was like a small venue. But like even in the big ones, like my last fight when I fought Lima, it was like a pretty huge crowd. And yeah, no, when I'm in there, I don't hear anything really other than my coaches.
Yeah, and obviously the fight ended in a split decision. So when they're announcing the scorecards, what is going through your head?
I was pretty confident, man. Yeah, it felt like it was close, but I was like pretty confident. And then even watching it back, like I think it was close, but I think watching it pretty clearly, I had the win. But you know, judges are always crazy and things can happen. It kind of depends what they're scoring. Like again, he took me down a bunch of times, even though he didn't really do anything with it. But yeah, you never know what the judges are looking at.
Yeah, and obviously you still got to win in a super close fight, but seeing how it panned out, was there anything you wished you did differently or you wished you trained differently?
Um, Hindsight's always 2020. I think I could showcase my striking more for sure. I think I could have kept my range a little bit better rather than punching my way into the clinch. I think I could have done more damage on the feet. Um, I mean, again, he's a very good wrestler, but I wish I didn't get taken down 7 times. That's a lot, obviously, but no, I think I did a lot of things good. I think I could do more damage in the clinch. I think I was good there, but I could always improve on that. And yeah, again, maybe not getting taken down so many times would be cool, but on to the next one.
Yeah, definitely. And the PFL bought out Bellator a while ago, but this is technically your first fight under the PFL banner. So what was it like to compete for the PFL for your first time?
It's cool, man. I mean, honestly, it doesn't really feel that much different. Like fight week feels the same as a Bellator fight week. There's a lot of the same staff and the routine is kind of the same. But PFL puts on a good show, man. Like the production quality is very good, very professional. Everything is well organized, so I'm happy to be with them.
Yeah, and now this is the first time they've done this one-shot tournament. So what's your thoughts on the format?
It's cool, man. I like it. I think it's more intriguing than what they were doing before with like the regular season and the playoffs. Um, yeah, I think the stakes are just higher, obviously, right? Like before with the regular season, you can kind of get away with like not performing great for a couple fights. Like you can lose and then still make it to the next round and whatever. I think with the single elimination, again, the stakes are higher. Every fight has a lot of weight on it, so it's cool for the fans.
I agree. It's that winner go home mentality. And this
hmm
next fight will be a rematch for you against Dalton Rosta. So this is obviously someone you know very familiar as to have fought. You two have gone back and forth. So what are your thoughts on your opponent?
Yeah, I mean, I like this matchup. To be honest, I was hoping that he was going to win because I think Sadi Busai has a more of a unique style. He's a southpaw. He's lanky. He kind of keeps his range and kickboxes from distance and has good takedown defense. So I thought, like stylistically, that was a more difficult matchup. Obviously, Ross is a good fighter. He just beat him, so he showed that he was the better fighter that night. Um, but yeah, I think stylistically, I match up well against Rasta, and obviously we have some proof of that from the first time we fought.
Yeah, and I believe this is your first ever rematch. So how do you go about approaching fighting an opponent for the second time?
Yeah, it's interesting, man. Every fight is different though, right? And it's been a couple years. It's not like we just fought a few months ago and we're rematching. Like I'm sure we're both different fighters at this point. I'm sure he can look at the first matchup and he's gonna try and tweak some things that didn't go his way the first time. So even though it is a rematch and we have history and whatever, you gotta look at it as a new fight.
Yeah, and obviously you mentioned it's a rematch. The fight happened a while ago, but from your knowledge from that fight a while ago, seeing what he's done now, stylistically, how are you looking at this fight?
I think he does a lot of the things the same, to be honest. You watch him, I mean, the fight after me, do you know the guy's name that he fought? I can never remember his name. The European guy. He trains with MVP. It's like he's got a little bit of like a karate
Yes,
style.
Nobert Noveni.
Exactly
I might
him,
have
yeah.
pronounced it wrong, but yes.
Yeah, so in that fight, there was moments where Dalton looked the same as he did in the fight against me. He was completely gassed out. He was on his hands and knees. He was grabbing at Buddy's ankles and like looked like his gas tank was just shot. He kind of got a second wind and came back, which was cool. But yeah, I mean, I think his gas tank might be an issue. You watch him against Sadibu, he does a lot of the same things he did against me. He throws super heavy explosive punches, punches himself into the clinch and kind of works for a double leg takedown against the wall. Um, I guess he added in some head kicks. That's kind of like a new wrinkle in his game. But yeah, I think stylistically he's probably going to be pretty similar to when we fought the first time.
Yeah, and with this tournament, there's a potential another rematch between you and Fabian Edwards. Is that a fight that you would like and be able to get back that loss?
I don't like. Yes, I guess I get asked about it a lot, so I guess the fans and everyone think it's important to like kind of avenge a loss. But again, like every fight is a new fight. I don't hold any grudges or anything like that. I mean, we're all in this to do the same thing. I'm not like trying to take these fights personally, like everyone's doing the same thing as me. We're colleagues in a way. Like we're in the tournament together. I seen these guys at the Fighter Hotel the last fight. Yeah, we're all just like guys on the same mission kind of. So yeah, no, I'm not really like taking it personally or anything like that.
Yeah, and I like that about not taking grudges and not taking it personal. And I know that you are someone that doesn't take grudges as you train with other people that you fought in the past. So how
hmm
important is it for you to just take it fight by fight and just focus on it more of as a sport than hating and holding grudges on your opponents?
Yeah, I think it's huge, man. I mean, you could probably use it either way. Like maybe Dalton has like a grudge against me and this is extra motivation and he's going to train that much harder. Um, but I don't know if those emotions can kind of like get into your head and then you fight a different way and you don't follow your game plan because you're like too amped up or whatever. Um, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's like a sport and we're just competing against each other.
For sure, man. And I want to switch topics a little bit to talk about the big debate online right now with 100 men versus one gorilla. So I'm curious, what's your thoughts about that?
Um, I honestly don't really see any way that the 100 men can do it. I don't know. I've seen some stats. Someone sent me a meme, like stats about like gorillas. And so the first thing that comes to my mind is even though there's 100 of us, it's not like we can all get in contact with the gorilla at the same time. I mean, how many guys can you really get in there? Maybe like 10 of them circling him maximum. But I don't know. I think gorillas can like fucking lift cars and shit. So I don't see any way we can get it done.
I feel like maybe if you get like 25 on each leg, it could be done. But
Maybe. But again, how are you getting 25 guys like in the vicinity of the gorilla? It doesn't make sense. Maybe if like you can drop some guys from the top and they land on top of him and then you get guys circling him from all directions. Um, but even then, I don't know. Like maybe the gorilla is strong enough to move 25 guys at the same time. I think he probably is.
you also got to think of the stamina and cardio of the gorilla. But
The
say,
cardio, yeah, that's the thing too.
say you had to choose a few MMA fighters on your side to fight the gorilla, who would you choose?
Probably the biggest ones possible. I'm choosing like Francis Ngannou and like I don't know, maybe like Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder and these type of guys. I just want the biggest, heaviest guys. Maybe like Mark Hunt or something too. Eddie Hall, throw him in there.
Yeah, it's a very interesting debate. And to round things out, obviously, if you win this whole tournament, that's a pretty penny. So, is there anything you're looking to spend the money on?
I'm gonna invest all 500K straight into crypto. Every
Smart.
last penny right into crypto. Maybe like Trump coin or something. Probably get a big payout.
Very smart. Is there anything you want to shout out, anything you want to plug before you head out of here?
Not really, man. Everyone can check me out on social media at AAJ MMA, and then obviously check out the PFL tournament on June 27th in Chicago,
Aaron,
semifinals.
it was more than a pleasure speaking to you. I wish you best of luck in your upcoming fight against Dalton Rosta. Folks, that'll be all for today. Until next time, peace.